Girl, real talk. This whole "it's a new year, time to reinvent myself" trash is not the vibe for 2024. You can find someone who loves you for you, as you are. You don't need to read a stack of self-help books, only eat sad salads, or start meditating at 5 a.m. to be ready for dating. So yeah, my advice is to download Bumble and find someone who embraces you the way you are right now. Let me know how it goes.
Hey y'all, guess what time it is? It's the Grolic Saves the World time.
All right, the Grolic saves the world.
That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're getting big. Our worries are mixed. Let's have some cake. While the Grolic saves the world. We're getting big. Our worries are mixed. Let's have some cake. While the Grolic saves the world. We're getting big. Our worries are mixed. Let's have some cake. While the Grolic saves the world.
Greet the dawn with sun salutations. It's the Grolic Saves the World. My name's Adam Caton Holland.
My name is Ben Roy.
And I'm Andrew Orvidal.
Thank you for rising at dawn with us to podcast on the beach.
Oh, I hate these live dawn podcasts.
I don't like the beach podcast.
This is the podcast where we better the world around us by bettering ourselves through passive-aggressive self-help challenges.
And sometimes not even passive-aggressive. Sometimes just aggressive.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Andrew on this one. I'm going to say these have become aggressive.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I don't think there's anything passive about it. I think it's pretty much a straightforward aggression towards one another. That's why I was doing the sun salutations intro. I think we got to chill it out, dudes. And I'm talking to myself. I go pretty hard at both of you most episodes.
Well, and I understand that. And I'm all right with a sun salutation, but I'd like to also sun my perineum while we're at it.
I think this is the 4th or 5th time you've mentioned this on this podcast.
Yeah, and we're not doing it.
I want to sun my perineum. Why don't we take that as a challenge?
Do it on your own time.
I think it would be a good challenge, to tell you the truth. Where do you do it?
The sun's never getting through all that hair, so it's pointless.
Oh, no. Andrew, I didn't like that.
I didn't like that. I've gotten suddenly sad to start the podcast.
You gotta think,
not even grossed out, sad.
You're sad because I have body hair?
Yeah.
You got a thick top canopy, huh? You got a canopy up there? Anyway, I have an idea for a challenge.
Now, is it a challenge or is it an idea for a challenge? And you want to see if it is worth it.
And let me just stop you right there. Is this something that you're already doing? Because as we've said, we don't want to do any of the things you're already doing.
Okay. No, it is not.
Okay.
It is not.
Right,
well, I mean, I guess
table.
it relates to something I'm doing, but not as a pastime or a hobby.
All right.
Or anything like that.
Okay.
But
we'll hear you out.
Okay. As you both know, I am single now, and it has been, I am separated and divorcing my lovely life partner, Crystal.
Okay.
And I have been starting to dip my toes into being in a relationship, putting my...
Oh, I think more than just your toes, bud.
Not your toes, from what I heard.
I don't know what that means.
You know exactly what it means.
You're at the party with your own bag of chips, and there's dips all around, and you're sampling.
No, I have not sampled. I am not...
You're sampling the dips at this awesome potluck.
I don't like that.
Summer's here. Everyone bring a dip. Ben's got a can of Pringies. I call them Pringies.
You call them Pringies? I don't like.
Yeah, I call them Pringies.
Last episode it was Scrambies. Now it's Pringies.
Dude,
Adam,
you're just adding.
We got to get Adam back on the tracks.
I hang out with a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. Most things just become ease.
Is that want to put on your shoesies and go outside?
Want to put on your shoesies, take a little nappy, have a little bobby.
Well, I'm curious about this challenge, Ben, because I myself am single. Unfortunately, my long-distance relationship did not work out because of the fact it was a long-distance relationship. So I'm right there with you, bud.
A lot of land between you two.
Empty, really boring landscapes.
Yeah, a lot of open grazing disputes in the land that was between you two. A lot of problems with the BLM, the Bureau of Land Management.
Yep, they're putting down those wild horses.
I know, you can't be doing that. But, you know, the Jeb and the Bodine family, they've staged a war there on that land, and I support them.
Well, it tore Andrew and his lady apart.
If Andrew and his last relationship was torn apart by land disputes, that would be...
And wild horses.
mean, that'd be a pretty good reason.
Yeah.
For one side to have a pretty good reason for ending the relationship. Yeah,
happened, Andrew?
land dispute, and Throckmorton put his 40 head down into my watering pasture. you'd be like,
Throckmorton
okay.
put his 40 head down.
So, long story short, Andrew had to break
I
up.
rustled him. Yeah.
Oh, God.
I rustled
Throckmorton and his 40 head.
my partner's cattle, and that's what broke us up. I mean,
Well,
pretty
damn,
good
dude, I'm
reason.
sorry to hear it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I think your livestock woes and my issues in relationships
With the chips and the Pringies.
and the Pringies, the
Dipping.
dippings,
Yeah,
and the
it's
sauces.
gross.
And
No one likes
Yeah.
that person that just anchors up at the dip table and is off-putting. Just try one and mingle for a while, okay?
Yeah, the guy anchored up goes. That gets everybody straight to sadness at the party. Everybody skips disgust and
Point is, we've got two perfect metaphors for your relationship woes, and now we're ready to move on to the
right,
challenge.
exactly. I have been reading, and I did not know. I read online that there are attachment styles that now in therapy and in modern relationship advice.
I'm crevice tool, I think. I'm just going to go out there and say it right now.
A crevice tool?
Yeah. You definitely clean out around the car seats in your car. Yeah, that's me.
Oh, you're not talking like one for climbing. You're talking for cleaning out the
Yeah,
back
I'm talking
seat
about an
of a
attachment on a shop vac. Is that what we're talking
okay,
about?
I got you.
Attachments?
Crevice tool, Andrew Orvidal. Good call.
I'm like a zipper on a good jacket. It just works effortlessly, but you can unzip it and part ways if you need to. It's there when you need
Yeah,
it.
but every so often, the damn thing will get caught.
It's jammed
No,
up.
this is a good zipper.
This is a good
like
zipper.
YKK? YKK
It's a
zipper?
high-end YKK.
YKK.
And even when it's not zipped, you're still both on the same jacket.
Oh, I like
That's from your
it.
wedding vows. Remember? That was Adam's wedding vows.
I'm cribbing my
Yeah.
wedding vows. I spent a long
Two
time
sides
on
of the
that.
zipper on the same jacket, and then they symbolically zipped up.
Yep, I think your attachment style, Ben, is
Baby koala.
wrapped around
Yeah,
the leg,
baby koala.
all fours, just like a toddler not wanting to go to class type of attachment.
You think
style.
that that's my attachment style? Are we guessing each other's attachment style? Is that what we're doing here?
Well, I mean, I just wanted to do yours.
Oh, we're only doing.
Yeah, we were kind of just doing
Well-
yours just to be mean, and ours were funny.
Yeah, Andrew and I were having a fun time,
Yeah.
and then we kind of wanted to go at you a little bit.
Oh, okay. That's that aggressive shit we were talking about at the beginning. I got it.
And we didn't really expect you to hit the tennis ball back across the net.
No,
we just sort of
I'm not even using a racket. I just did it with the palm of my hand. I appreciate all the riffins and the goofins, and I appreciate
Sure,
the
bud.
aggressive tennis balls being hit at me when I'm clearly not here to play tennis.
You got it.
But I have found, though, that there are tests all over the internet that you take and you answer some questions about your attachment style, and this will tell you basically how you are in a relationship, what type of attachment style you have, what you tend to do in a relationship, the things you fall back on. And it'll give you an idea. So hopefully you can capitalize on the things that are positive and work on the things that are negative. And I think with Andrew and I being both two tomcats,
We're regular Heathcliff and Garfield over here.
yeah, we are.
Yep.
John, where's the lasagna? I'd like to put my dick in it.
That. Ron,
Did
do
you
not
see-
cut that out. Ben is going to text you later to try to get
To
that
remove
edited out.
that, if you
do not.
no, I'm not even going to
remove that
text you
riff.
now. Ron, please remove that now. If we
You have
can.
Andrew and Adam's 2/3 Grolix vote. It stays. No, Ben. I think this
I don't
is
like
like
this.
healthy. Are you doing this because obviously you're coming out of a long relationship that you feel like there's things you'd like to fix and you'd like to go into whatever new relationship better?
Yeah. So I've been hanging out with somebody regularly, and I like this person a lot, and I'm starting to notice some things that have been cyclical for me, some behaviors in relationships, and I would like to correct some of them, and some of them are good. I mean, they're not all negative, But I definitely also, as I've talked about, I have a fair amount of relationship baggage from trauma from the past, and especially it's common for people who were sexually assaulted as young boys to have relationship issues. And so finding some insight into that and being able to go and make sure that I don't make some of the same mistakes that I did with my ex, I mean, we had a really good relationship, but there was also a lot of really difficult things for both of us. And I would like to not make those same mistakes again. And if this provides some insight into that, that would be fantastic.
Okay.
I don't know. Andrews, I know you're the same way. You've been divorced and, I don't know. Maybe you don't want to improve.
Are there things that you're looking to change, Andrew? Or
Not a one, but I'll take your Cosmo quiz, bud.
Hey, while you're in there taking the quiz, why don't you wipe the CK1 page across your neck? You'll come out of it at the very best smelling nice.
Yeah.
I'll take a quiz.
Andrew, do you think there are things you could work on?
Yeah, for sure. Every relationship I've ever been in, I have come out of learning something about myself. Like, wow, I blew that, or, I wish I would have done that differently, however that might be. So I think this is a good...
don't let a horse in a ranch come between you and a woman.
Yeah, exactly.
Graze them wherever you want. You know what?
Yep.
I'm tearing down this fence today. Go ahead and run all 40 head down here. I'll just watch. I'm fine with it. I'm
a
fucking
40
fine
head cock.
with it.
He loves to just watch the cattle. He doesn't even want to take part.
Smash cut to just a windy field, and Andrew's just
destitute.
clipping barbed wire,
yeah.
crying.
The bank is coming around. They're sending their goons.
Yeah.
They burned down my barn. Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
And I've got to escort a fugitive to the train station just to try to keep my homestead afloat. Yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Andrew, that's
I'd watch
just
this.
the plot to 310 to Yuma.
Yeah, I know, and I'm living it.
What about you, Adam? I mean, as you go into...
I'm happily married and intend to stay that way for hopefully forever. But, honestly, Katie is the only successful relationship I've ever had, I'd say. Mm-hmm. I've dated people, but I would never call any of them healthy prior to this one.
Yeah.
And we've been married almost 6 years. We were together longer for that. We definitely had to work on ourselves to get to this place.
Yeah.
But I'm curious. I got no idea what my attachment style is.
This will be really interesting.
Yeah.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the tests.
You're going to send us a test, Ben.
Yes, I'm going to send you the test. We're going to take the test. And also, on top of us doing the test, what we'll do is we'll put the test in the show notes here. If you're listening to this in the break, it's very quick. Take the test yourself so you can follow along, see what you are, see if you match with one of us. I mean, how fun is that to have the same attachment style as a Hollywood star? I mean, that'll really...
Seriously, what a big win for you. And what a generous podcast we are.
Yeah.
What don't we give our listeners? What don't we give them?
We let them come along and also
come along for the ride.
Just personality quizzes are impossible to find, and we have found them and are sharing them with you.
You're welcome.
Also, getting the opportunity to see that you're just like your heroes that's invaluable. So while you're taking the test, why don't we do this? Why don't we listen to some live stand-up comedy? And man, it's going to be a mining expedition for old producer Ron to find a comic who talks about relationships. That's going to be tough. Good luck, Ron.
Good luck.
Let's listen to some live stand-up comedy. Love this person. She's amazing. Joined us very recently at the Grawlix live show. She crushed it. You're all going to love Boise, Idaho's own.
Nice.
That's how they say it. They say it.
I love
Boise.
it. I love it.
Boise, Idaho's own Emma Arnold. And when we come back, we're going to be properly in tune with our relationship styles. So stay tuned.
I am in love. It's pretty, thank you. It's pretty fun. It happened a little later in life for me, but I'm really enjoying it. I was divorced about 10 years ago. I've had not a lot of luck since then, and it's been really amazing. The person I'm with, he's just so kind and so loving and so generous. And the other day I was telling him, like, oh man, it's so weird. Like, I was an abused kid. I don't like to be touched. You know, I have a lot of relationship issues. And I was telling him, like, God, it's weird. I feel so safe with you. I just feel so good with you all the time. And like, I never feel nervous. Like, I never feel insecure. I just feel safe all the time. And he was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. 'Cause I was raised around horses. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? You were raised around horses. What does that mean? He was like, no, just like a horse, I learned very early on with you never to approach you from the back. I always come in at least a 45-degree angle, make sure you see me before I touch you. And I always bring carbohydrates, a carrot or a sugar cube. Yeah, it works pretty well, actually.
Girl, real talk. This whole it's a new year, time to reinvent myself trash is not the vibe for 2024. You can find someone who loves you for you, as you are. You don't need to read a stack of self-help books, only eat sad salads, or like start meditating at 5 a.m. to be ready for dating. So yeah, my advice is to download Bumble and find someone who embraces you the way you are right now. Let me know how it goes.
Get out of the trenches of tedious tasks like managing order fulfillment and start growing your business with ShipStation. They'll help increase profitability by automating your workflow with their simple, easy-to-use dashboard. With it, you can pretty much do everything you need to quickly and easily. Update order information, print labels, compare rates, optimize shipments, and even set up automatic delivery notifications. And it doesn't matter where you sell. Amazon, Etsy, eBay, Shopify, ShipStation can integrate pretty much anywhere online. Another great thing about ShipStation? They can help reduce costs with industry-leading discounted rates from some of the biggest mail carriers. You might even be able to get up to 89% off USPS and UPS rates. So, make this year your most profitable one yet. Sign up for your free 30-day trial at ShipStation.com and use the code Spotify. That's ShipStation.com with the code Spotify.
Get over there. Come on now, Pat Potato.
Stop! Stop, please! Please!
Get over there, man.
Please, I'm just waiting for the rain, please!
Grace.
Please!
Land's fertile. Feed.
Please, my horses!
It's open land.
I haven't got nothing to eat!
Horses.
Andrew,
Please!
let him go, Andrew.
I'm ruined!
Let him grease, boy.
I'm ruined!
Now, wasn't that better, Andrew? Don't you feel happier?
Ah, man, that's so cathartic. This therapy, this Old West therapy we've been doing is so good for me. I've never been more responsive to a therapy session.
Tear down the fences.
Yeah.
This therapy is new. It's called You're Going to Be Okay Corral Therapy. And it's this is some of the most groundbreaking stuff. It combines equine therapy and exposure therapy. I mean,
hiking, nature.
Yeah, it's a really groundbreaking. So, You're Going to Be Okay Corral Therapy is going to be made available. Our first novel coming out by the Grolics. Welcome back, everybody.
Thanks to the magic of podcasting, we are back and we took these tests. We did it.
We did it.
It was like ripping off a Band-Aid. Pretty quick test.
Should we tell the listener it wasn't even a week? It's just immediate. We're just right back here in the studio.
Well, these tests are short. And like the people who are listening in that took the test or are pausing it right now and going to the show notes and taking the test right now in the
do it while you're
minutes.
driving. Who gives a shit?
And if you don't recall from the first half, or you pause this, or you have a head injury, here's what we're doing. We are taking attachment style quizzes to try to better understand why we are the way we are, how we are in a relationship, and These quizzes aren't they fun, guys? This was
So
fun.
scientific.
Love it.
Thank
Love
you,
quizzes.
Ben. I think
Very
you found one of the
scientific.
more science-y ones for sure.
I also like a quiz that by taking it, you're automatically subscribed to a
Newsletter,
email list and basically just sold things hard
The
immediately.
odds
Yeah,
of
I love
unsubscribing
it
from
too.
that, good luck. Your attachment style is subscribed, bitch. You're on the list.
We're getting a huge kickback from the folks at this attachment style quiz for all the email addresses you just provided them all. Thanks, y'all. See you when I'm
Harvesting.
yeah.
We're trying to get into targeted ads. That's where the big money is, you guys. So
Yep.
we're just kind of teaming up with anybody on the internet
Good luck
to get
trying
their
to
information.
criticize me. I'll be in plaid mode in my new Tesla as I fly right by you. I'm burning the midnight oil. Okay, I'm riffing again, and it makes no sense.
And their electric cars. Ben, we should probably tell the listener what the attachment styles are
Yes.
before
What were
we
the
launch
possible
into it.
results for this quiz?
Yes. So keep in mind, depending on the quiz that every person takes, each one has kind of a variation on the names, the labels of the attachment style. There'll be slight variations, but there'll be versions of this, and there are generally, most commonly, 4. So you will find secure. That's the top tier. Okay, that's the grade A one. You want that. Then
That's
there's
Southwest Rapid Rewards right to the A
right.
group.
Then there is anxious. Then there's also dismissive or avoidant, and then there's fearful or disorganized.
And occasionally there will be 2 others you'll hear about, over possessive of your horses and your land
They are
as a
my
style,
horses,
and
and it's
just
my land.
horny generally. Horny as an attachment style.
Horny kind of saturates all of them, though.
That's true.
It's spilled in and kind of stained them all a little bit.
Like when you
Yeah,
get honey
so I
on
guess
your
any
hands,
style
it
is just
gets on everything.
very
yeah.
horny.
Just an idea. Secure is marked
Just
by
like saying horny. It's just funny to me
Horny.
right now. Just very
Horny.
horny.
You're a fucking
It's
child.
like such an old school word. Guys, I'm feeling a little horny. It's just so gross.
Yeah, it never sounds cool, and
Never sounds cool.
God, I'm so
Go to your
horny
partner.
right now.
Honey, I am horny tonight.
You know what it is? It's not even that the word, it's that you're really leaning into the H on it. Honey, I am horny tonight.
Honey,
there's almost
Horny.
a little
I'm
W
just
hanging
feeling
out
horny.
in front of me.
Yeah, there is a W in there. I feel a
Horny.
WHORNY.
oh yeah, like
Horny.
horny.
Horny. So the 4 types of attachment styles are marked by these kind of traits. So secure would be you're confident, you're reciprocal, you're non-reactive, you're resilient. Anxious would be you're emotional, you have a lot of hunger, fantasy bond, lack of nurturing, turbulence. Dismissive or avoidant, isolation, ambiguity, ambivalence, emotionally distant. And then fearful or disorganized would be internal conflict, dramatic, unpredictable, ambivalence.
Okay. Well, let's start guessing. Let's go. Let's do Ben first because Ben gave us the challenge.
Oh, I get to go first.
I'm
Okay.
gonna guess that Ben is anxious. That's your style. Anxious.
Wow, that's your guess. Why do you say that? How do you know I'm not secure? You didn't even,
How much time do we have left on the podcast?
dude. The pause was the best. The best. You don't even have to answer. You just. Oh God!
How do you know I'm not secure? Andrew just
Crickets.
laughed in your face.
Fucking crickets.
Because you gave us your ATM codes like day 2 of meeting you.
Jesus Christ! That pause is one of the best things. That says you know a friend when you're like, how do you know I'm not secure? No, but why do you say anxious? Neither of you said anything. That was the set.
Because you are an anxious person in general, and you are extremely concerned what some other people think of you. Like when a great parallel would be when we were making our TV show, Adam and I were wisely like, we're never reading the comments. We're never reading the reviews. And Ben, in stark contrast, was I'm always reading the comments. I'm forever reading the reviews. And you were just like very wrapped up in that. And to like, we'd be like, dude, you're destroying your brain and your soul reading that stuff. And
I didn't do that because I'm anxious. I just think the internet, the comments on YouTube videos, there's a lot of intelligent stuff being tossed around in there.
And I think Ben, your history proved Ben right on that one.
Yeah.
Adam, what do you think? He says I'm anxious. What do you?
Well, you said one. You're breaking down the various criteria of the categories, and I think under disorganized, you said internal conflict.
Mm-hmm. Dramatic,
disorganized,
unpredictable,
dramatic.
ambivalence. Yeah,
and those hit me about you a little bit. Internal conflict. You mentioned that up front, and a bit dramatic. You like. You have big emotions, Ben, and that's what we love about you.
Ben knows drama. He's like TNT.
So I'm going to go with disorganized.
Do you mean explosive or the network?
No, the network. We know drama.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. That's their tagline. Remember?
In a ratings tailspin as well. So that also matches.
You're in an emotional ratings tailspin.
Yeah.
And you're reading the reviews.
Yes.
So Andrew says that you're
I'm saying anxious.
I say you're disorganized.
/fear.
All right. Drum roll, producer Ron. Your attachment style is anxious. Andrew was correct.
What does Andrew win? What's he get?
I get a late night text from Ben worried about a text he got from somebody else. That's what I get.
And congratulations to you.
Yep.
We got some stats. 15% of people who take these types of quizzes identify as anxious. It's the second lowest.
I would say reading anxious, I'm an extremely emotionally needy person. I need to hear what the people are saying. I need them to tell me their feelings, and I need to be heard. And that also relates to the shit in my past. This says you're deeply caring, sensitive, empathetic, and attuned to the needs of others and yourself. I mean, yeah, home run. You're wary of trusting others. I mean, people are terrible. Even though you deeply crave the security that comes with trust. Yes, I don't like that about myself. You may have low self-esteem. They said may, guys. Okay?
You may have low self-esteem during Grolix week when you're working on a new bit and tell Adam and Andrew at length how it will bomb, and then you will crush, and then you will do it again the following month like it never happened.
That's not in here. I don't see that paragraph. But
no, it's in there.
Okay.
It's a fact.
The low self-esteem part hits. I mean, that was part of what hit my marriage is my ex would say, like, you hate yourself. And there is like this deep underlying current of a strong dislike for myself and guilt that I carry into how I handle myself in a relationship. And you're extremely sensitive to the actions and moods of others. You may have experienced inconsistent parenting as a child. Yes. True intimacy is one of your highest values, but it doesn't always come easily. Yeah, I'm always like craving intimacy, emotional intimacy, but it's extremely difficult for me to achieve. I feel like I'm always swimming against the current, and largely because I think there is no amount that anybody can say that will satisfy that desire. Crystal would be like, I am listening to you. And I'd be like, you're not listening. There's just no amount that can fill whole. You know what I mean? So
Just a bottomless
Does
pit.
reading this and pointing this out and you're accepting of it, you're like, yep, I do have that. Does this help you? Or you're just like, nah, I'm still fucked?
No, it definitely.
Or, it's like labeling the thing.
Labeling it
helps.
Does help. I mean, knowing that you're a certain way. I think these are things, though, I've known about myself through therapy. I've never had it called, oh, your attachment style is this. But reading about boys, especially who were sexually abused, these types of behaviors are not uncommon for that, to seek emotional attachment, to seek something that validates their low self-esteem and guilt. This constant feeling of guilt but knowing that this is something that a percentage of the population, that actually makes me feel good. Knowing,
15%.
Yeah. And I mean, that's not a small amount. We say it's the second, but still, what is that? That's 1 out of every 6 people. And according to producer Ron, that's his style as well. And that's why we hate each other.
Wow, I wouldn't have guessed that about producer Ron.
I would have said disorganized, maybe. He's got a real sharp tongue.
Nah, he's so empathetic.
And disorganized is the most horny. And Ron is easily the most horny out of all of us.
You are
that does
Ben,
track.
You are the horniest for sure.
I am not the horniest, dude. I just talk about dicks a lot.
You are the
but
horniest. Okay,
yeah.
who's next?
Okay, why don't we do Adam in the middle since he's in a relationship?
I guess Adam could be secure, but I'm going to guess avoidant with Adam. I'm guessing avoidant / dismissive for Adam. But it's close. I could also vote secure.
I'm going to go with you, Andrew. I think he's dismissive, avoidant, only because, I think Adam at times could be a little emotionally distant. That would be my guess. And not because it takes a while, I feel like, to crack through Adam's shell. Deep down, we know that he's an incredibly sensitive and caring person. He cares about people around him and the people that are in his sphere. He's very loyal and listens and checks in on you. But
He's like a Tootsie Pop. You got to get through that candy.
I don't know why you said that.
I liked it.
I'm making it relatable to our listeners. They're like, okay, I understand perfectly what they're saying.
They only know TV
Oh,
references.
okay, good. So yeah, that's my guess. I'm going to go with Andrew on that as well.
Well, I appreciate those kind words, wrapped as they were in a prickly package. I am secure. I am secure.
Did it, folks.
Okay.
You did it.
Okay.
And I got to tell you, it's not a surprise to me, but it feels well earned. And I think if I had taken this quiz before Katie and I got married, I would probably be avoidant. And I definitely have an emotional distance that you gotta crack. And I understand why people in the past have been like, I'm not here to fight you. You can let me in or you cannot let me in. And I've been like, you're not getting in. But I'm grateful that I did let Katie in and she broke through that veneer. And I think I've changed to be secure. I don't think I was always secure. So I was thrilled to learn this off a 9-question internet quiz.
62% of people identify as secure. It is the majority.
All right, guys, I've got my results, and it's from it's from Gabby, who gave us this quiz. I just call her Gabby now. I feel like I'm a friend with her.
That's the only name we were given.
Yeah, and also she doesn't give us a last name, which is a really, really comforting notion with someone giving you a quiz.
That's how you know it's science.
Hi, I'm Gabby. I'm Gabby, and I'm here to take a deep dive psychologically on you.
Let me up into the old thought box.
Your secure attachment style is a major asset in every area of your life, especially in your relationships. Go figure. Your primary caregivers probably created a secure environment for you as a child. You likely grew up believing your caregivers had positive, loving intentions. This serves you well in adulthood. I definitely felt my parents had positive, loving intentions. They made me feel secure. Being securely attached means you're comfortable asking for what you need and sharing your feelings openly. You have high self-esteem and you enjoy intimate relationships big time, especially when I'm horny. Now that you have a broad sense of your
that was
attachment
it.
Wait, it
style,
said that? It said horny?
It said big time, especially
It
when
said big
I'm
time,
horny.
especially when I'm
In the
Adam
first
Caton.
person.
It had ACH in parentheses.
Oh, cool.
Horny.
Cool. Wow, this
personalized
is personal.
quiz.
Yeah.
And then there's more stuff, and then they try to sell me things.
Cool.
Trust your romantic partners and close friends. Easily express your feelings and needs. Seek out social support when you need it. Naturally supportive, emotionally stable. You have strong boundaries and a clear sense of what to do when they're crossed. You see the good in yourself and others, and giving the benefit of the doubt comes easily to you. I don't think that's true. I see the worst in people all the fucking time. But the rest of that, I agree with.
But the seeing the worst could be just pure American cynicism.
100%.
Or just pure American citizenship.
Yeah, exactly. We live. Well done, Andrew. We live in the fucking worst. But yes, I like a lot of that.
So
And I think
basically, in your relationship, to summarize, you see the best.
I do. And I definitely easily express your feelings and needs is the thing that's changed. And that has been through therapy and being able to just like talk about what I need or recognize the partner needs something and saying, hey, what's what's going on.
so
Let's just stop
this
and
is
talk
kind of
about your needs.
interesting. So you kind of suspect you were one style before, but through work, you feel like you've come to the
I
other
definitely
style.
feel like I've changed. Like,
I hope I do that.
yeah, I think this you can change, and I definitely, you have strong boundaries and a clear sense of what to do when they're crossed. I've always had that, but seeking out social support when you need it, easily expressing your feelings and needs, I've gotten better at that.
Good. Well, that's cool. That's interesting. I mean, I've wanted to be in a relationship with you for quite some time now. I've said that I've been trying to get you to take me seriously, and this just reaffirms.
And even though I am
just
married,
reaffirms the hurt.
it doesn't mean I'm not fielding offers.
Guess you just need to up your offer.
And so I hear you and I see you, Ben.
Okay.
And I appreciate you easily expressing your feelings and needs.
Okay.
Sweeten the deal. Throw in a draft pick. I don't even know what that means, but throw in a draft pick.
I like it. How about cash?
Yeah, if you get
cash
a third
options?
round draft pick in there, I don't know.
What about a cash
Have to
option?
look
I mean, I don't think that's maybe a first round draft pick and some cash options. That should maybe get me in the running with Katie. I don't know.
Okay, Andrew, what is your attachment style? Let's get to it.
All right. I'm gonna take a crack at this, Adam, first, if you don't mind.
Please.
I'm gonna say Andrew's disorganized.
I'm going to say Andrew's disorganized.
You are as well?
100%.
To me, you're so difficult to read. You're very, very guarded. And I'm wondering if you take that into your relationships.
I'm changing mine.
Okay.
I think Andrew's avoidant.
Ooh.
Because I want to use a different negative word.
And that's the only reason why.
That's it.
You're still emotionally and intellectually over here at disorganized with me.
But avoidant feels like a good thing to throw at my buddy right now when he's down a little bit.
Okay, cool. I'm actually going to say you're a possessive shithead, which is not one of the four that's
you
listed
just
here,
made
but
up
I'd
one.
like to.
I'm one of those
I'd
guys
like to
that
submit.
holds their girlfriend's arm by like the upper arm at the mall, like they're a bad kid. Yeah, cool.
I can't even imagine you doing that. Oh, that's gross.
No, I do. I'm going with avoidant because I feel like I definitely have had way more discussions with Ben about his emotions. And maybe that's because that's the type of guy Ben is. But I have had more like emotional talks with Ben than I have had with Andrew. And I feel like if I want to know how you're doing, Andrew, I really got to be like, hey, what's going on? Are you okay? Let's talk about it. Whereas Ben will be more of like, here's what's going on. He's very forthcoming with that shit. And that's also just your guys' personalities, but personalities, influence these
You
exact
come
types
out
of
and ask me
attachment
how I'm
styles. So
doing, Adam, because I'm sleeping on your porch. So
I'm just trying to get the newspaper.
Adam,
He's curled up
help
with it.
me, I'm in pain. No, Andrew.
Want to read the sports page
Wait.
together, buddy?
Andrew, I'm going to say, I think underneath it all, we've all witnessed that Andrew is very emotional. Like he will kind of just like brim over. You're like, ooh, the pot's at a reasonable simmer. And then all of a sudden the lid blows off the thing. And you're like,
And you've ruined your ravioli. They all opened up. All you have now is pasta flaps and cheese water. They're ruined. That's my relationship style.
did
And the thing is,
pasta flaps
we're
and cheese water.
we're accusing him of being avoidant, and then he just stares right in the mirror and diagnoses the issue.
Pasta flaps and cheese water sounds like it was going to be like it's the latest Limp Bizkit album.
It's a Limp Bizkit.
God damn it. That's one of the fucking funniest things you've ever said. Oh, God.
All right,
Holy
well,
shit.
drum
All right,
roll.
what are you, Andrew?
I am. Congratulations, Adam. I'm avoidant.
What?
I'm avoidant. This quiz was
I'm
so
sorry,
frustrating
Andrew.
to me. As producer Ron pointed out, every question had 3 answers, one of which was like a too perfect person. The other was like a sniveling simp. And then the other one was like a terrifying sociopath. And you just had to kind of
You're
be
exactly
like,
right.
I guess I'm mostly like this. It was a frustrating quiz for the lack of nuance.
Every question was exactly like
Yeah.
that. Are you great? Are you a piece of shit? Or are you a weirdo?
Yeah.
You're like, I guess I'd choose great.
So I'm avoidant / dismissive. Here's what it says about me. You're a free-thinking individualist, and you're not afraid of going your own way. You're often confident in your choices, and you know yourself. Okay, that sounds fine.
Yep.
It's likely you find it challenging to let people in. The more you become more aware of your tendencies, the more you'll feel truly supported in your relationships. Vulnerability will be so much easier and actually profoundly rewarding. Yeah, I could see that. I definitely have like a real long trial period, I guess you could call it, in a relationship.
That's what I did too, man. It was very, I would not let anybody in.
It's like, let's wait. It's important to practice letting other people in. You have rock solid boundaries, but remember, boundaries don't have to be walls. Practice opening up to people you really trust in little ways. As you ask for help when you need it, so many aspects of life will open up for you. Your uniqueness is an asset. It might not always be comfortable to let people in, but if you speak from the heart, you'll find people who are really there for you and who will willingly embrace your complexities. Let the right ones in and watch your world expand. Just like the vampire movie about the little girl. Let the right one in. Nobody else saw it? Okay, never mind.
There's another one here that I found that says they can also shut down emotionally during arguments or close themselves off from feelings. Do you find that you do that?
Yeah, I definitely do that with arguments. I don't like arguing in relationships, and I'm always like, can we like discuss this, at a later time when maybe we've like thought about it? I don't like relationship arguments that are like in the heat of what's going on, because often you could say something that you don't actually mean. You're just caught up in the moment, and you say something that could be really hurtful or something. And
no, that's very
really
smart, but it's very hard for a lot of people to.
Are you kidding? That's where I get horny. Like when the argument is hot, I get horny.
You're just trying to negotiate
I
into
love passion
makeup
like
sex.
that.
See, I'm the opposite. I am an absolute fridge with that stuff, and I'm like, I'm not going to do it. And I have been in relationships with people who have like, they would drink and like pick fights, and I'm like, I will not take this bait. I'm not going to pick a fight.
When you dated Kinane for a while?
He would just needle me. He'd throw his empties at the back of my head.
That ain't cool.
It was not cool at all.
Hey, look, get over here, avoid it.
Wake up. Wake up.
Hey, think fast. I could see it being both ways. If someone is being vulnerable in opening up to you, shutting down is not cool. If someone
but I wouldn't think that that's an argument
of
necessarily.
Of the moment kind of arguing, shutting down could be, in my mind, useful just to be like, hey, what if we just talk about this later when we both thought about it, and we would be in maybe a better place to communicate what we're actually feeling. It's not like, I never want to talk about this. It's more like, maybe we shouldn't talk about this while our blood is up. And it goes both ways. It's not just, sometimes I get upset in a relationship, and that's the same thing. Like, I'm not going to like, I want to talk about this now while I'm at my least logical.
Wow.
We can wait and
now is always the best time to talk. And I'm serious. Once we're done, I'm like, and we've come to some sort of, even if we shouted and we screamed at the end of it, I'm like, I fucking love you so much. God damn it, I love you so goddamn much.
Well, imagine how untethered you'd become, Ben, if your partner was like, I'm not talking about this now. Goodbye. You would unravel.
It's never going to work.
Thinking
for us,
about
Ben.
that
It's
over the next day until you discuss it.
I mean, that's exactly what a portion of what led to with stuff with Crystal and I is that we communicate so different, and she is, I would say, more avoidant, does not like confrontation, and I am very confrontational, and not necessarily like in a like physically confrontational, but I am definitely emotionally confrontational, and I will be like, I don't fucking like this. Like, yeah. And my problem is I sometimes mistake anger or emotional volatility for passion in the relationship or passion for the person. I think because they're emotionally volatile, they're passionate about me. And the person that I've been hanging out with a lot is very calm, very chill. And so part of me is really trying to work on this because they are very like, can we talk about this like an adult?
And you're seeking out those spikes.
Yeah. And so and that's a lot different for me,
That sounds healthy though.
It is. It's good. It's just different. And so I struggle with it at times because I'm like, okay, you don't need to know the answer now. You can take a minute, give everybody a chance, like Andrew's saying, to step back from it. I actually don't think that's a bad trait to say, like, when cooler heads prevail, let's talk. You know, like,
God, Ben, your emotional growth makes me horny, Ben.
are you horny, Adam?
From your emotional growth.
Horny.
How weird is that?
Well, are you talking about my penis? That's what I refer to my penis as, my emotional growth.
I'm not even taking that bait.
Yeah, it's gross.
What? Come on.
I can go horny, but I didn't want to go penis.
Okay.
Andrew, I'll ask the same question I asked Ben,
I could go horny.
which is, do you, even with this cheesy 9-question online quiz, did you find this helpful at all or insightful at all about what you just went through? And moving forward, maybe you'll utilize some of this.
I guess it is kind of useful. Like I said, these questions, they lack so much like nuance, and you're really just kind of boiling it down to like, I guess I'm like this. I would like to believe that human beings are more interesting than being lumped into 4 buckets, and there's more nuance between these things instead of just being like, I'm this, I'm one of 4 different types. This is how I behave, and this is what you can expect. So I am keeping that in mind with this quiz. I guess I'm being avoidant and dismissive of this quiz instead of...
I think that's just fine.
But
It's
it
a
is good.
Quiz Ben found by Googling attachment quizzes.
It is good to be aware of that things. This last relationship of mine ended because it was long distance, not because of issues, and that's the worst way to end a relationship, where it's like the relationship was good, but it was long distance, and I did not want long distance. If I have one attachment style for sure, it is not long distance, which is surprising with the avoidant dismissive. It sounds tailor-made for long distance, but
Yeah, but I don't think I never got the feeling from your behavior or from the description of that you don't want your partner around. It's that's not like you want a total amount of isolation or anything. I take it as more like you're okay being alone. You're okay doing things, even if you're in the same house, of occupying your time. You don't need to be glommed onto that person the whole time. That's just how I took it. I
I'm
could be
definitely
wrong.
bad about giving loving energy into a relationship for sure, which is something that has come up in relationships, and it fits with this style of attachment for sure, where you just kind of assume the other person is like fine, and it's like, no, they're great. Our relationship's going great. And they're kind of like withering on the vine, so to speak, with the amount of like affection they're getting from you. It's definitely a problem for me.
Yeah.
You got to be drought resistant to ranch with me. That's the takeaway.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and say that I think this is good for the world, as cheesy as this is. What I got out of it, and what I think I got out of like many going to therapy numerous times over the years, is just labeling the thing sometimes helps you deal with the thing. A lot of the benefits of therapy I've gotten is just like language. When it's like, no, you're thinking this thought and your, frontal lobe or your lizard brain, just like stupid language like that helps you quantify what's going on. So taking an attachment style test and learning what you are can help you label shit, and then I think it's easier to think about. Otherwise, it's like this amorphous thing going on inside of you. It just helps to label that shit.
Yeah.
And then you can talk about it more clearly.
I agree. The questions honestly kind of reminded me of when I took the written driver's test exam, and it would be like, when approaching a 4-way intersection, you A, plow right through the intersection. B, blare your horn and yell at people. C, come to a complete stop. And that's what it reminded me of. It was like they were 2 terrible answers and 1 sanctimonious answer. And I think
when towing emotional baggage, be sure to tie a red flag.
Yeah.
To your
Can
bumper.
we just like crossbreed those tests into one streamlined handy test? So not only do you get your driver's license, they're like, this is your attachment type. So
Oh yeah, that'd
Seriously,
be cool.
you're 16. Here's your emotional problems and a car.
To piggyback on what Adam was saying, I mean, that's what research says. Simply knowing is a huge part of healing and changing.
it's half the battle.
Yeah. Who was that? Who was the G.I. Joe character that said
All
that?
of them said it at the end of
And now I know, and knowing's half the battle.
Right.
That's how every G.I. Joe closed.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't remember if there was one who instigated it. But
no.
that's
Every
gonna
little
bum me out.
segment was different. Sometimes it'd be barbecue.
that's
sometimes
right.
it'd be roadblock.
Yeah, they were like
Different guy.
30-second little
Those were
clips.
awesome. Those were so
awesome.
awesome.
I learned more from that than school.
I know. I did too. From G.I. Joe?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's why I wear camo and fight my friends.
God, I wish you did that. This was super interesting. I mean, learned a lot about you two, and also reaffirmed some things that I thought, about you and myself. And for people listening, take the test. Let us know what you got for results. Tell us on social media, or if you're Patreon members, tell us on the Patreon posts. Let us know.
If you see us in person, scream it at us.
Yeah, if I'm out to dinner.
Avoidant and dismissive.
As we're walking down the street, just yell it.
Well, I say we get back to some stand-up comedy. Let's lighten the load. We got a little heavy talking about our relationships and my problems. I've got an idea. I love this comic. I think everybody's going to love her. Crushing around Denver. Everybody, please enjoy this little bit from Georgia Comstock, who is hilarious. And when we come back, oh boy, we've got more show, plus some birthday shout outs, and we're going to tell you about our next episode's challenge. So please stay tuned.
I do like being married. I'm one of those annoying people. Sorry, I'm one of those annoying people who says I'm married to my best friend. Anybody married to your best friend? Anybody? Yeah. Oh, nice. A few people. Do people get annoyed when you say that? I feel like my friends get so mad, and I don't know why. I feel like that's such a nice thing to say. And one time I said it, and we're all hanging out, and my friend turns to my husband, and she goes, "Yeah, well, is she your best friend?" And then my husband was like, "No." And then she looks at me like I didn't know that, and I'm like, "You don't think I know that? This is my best friend." You don't think I know what he's gonna say? I know that. And I think that's fine. I'm fine with that. Because you know how much easier it is to stay best friends with a man long term? It's way easier. My husband has had the same best friend since middle school. Middle school. They won't even see each other for like 10 years. 10 years will go by. They'll meet up at a bar, get drunk, touch tips, and fuck off. For another 10 years. And they're walking through life like, that's my best friend, Matt. It's pretty nice. But I don't message the group chat back fast enough, and I get uninvited from brunch on Sunday. So, no thanks. I'll take my chances. This is my best friend.
Okay, we are back. What a fun challenge. I hope that Ben and Andrew, you guys are just better equipped to go tackle the landscape of Denver dating. Get out there, dudes. You got
Thanks,
this.
man. I'm out here. I'm winning. I'm grinning. I'm sinning. I'm doing the big three, and you all know it. God, it feels so
Big
good.
three, buddy.
Winning, grinning, and sinning.
Andrew, what you need is more of that. You need more of that energy. You need more of that attitude.
Yeah, more of that Wyoming bumper sticker. Jesus Christ. What
Ben's
is that?
strutting around the scene, and you're a wallflower. And there's a reason Ben's having
I
more
got
fun.
WBSE, Wyoming bumper sticker energy. That's what they say about it.
Winning, grinning, and sinning.
Ben's asleep in his car outside a casino in Wyoming.
Actually, that's cooler than any bumper sticker you're going to see up there.
Do you guys have anybody to thank? Any thanks?
I have special thanks. So if you've listened to the pod, you know we recently did a dog episode. We talked about our dogs. I mentioned how one of my dogs has a burst vertebrae in his neck. And the very nice people at Mile High Labs here in Colorado sent him some CBD tinctures because I had mentioned that Sokka gets a pot treat to keep him chilled, to keep his inflammation kind of in control. And they sent a whole bunch of CBD tinctures for him. So nice. Very cool of them. And most importantly, my dog got a pot treat hookup before Ben. So Thank you to the people at Mile High Labs. Thank you.
And it's bullshit, but your dog's playing it cool, and I get it. He's playing the cool route. He's trying to be coy. Oh, I don't want it. but your dog's treats are human grade. So
That's true. If you'd like to come over and you two can, hang out in the yard, I'll give you both a greenie to keep you occupied. It'll be fine.
Put it in a
Yes.
bowl on the floor for Ben. Make him come on all fours and eat that thing like the dog that he is.
if you don't think I come on all fours most of the time, you're out of your
Okay.
fucking
Yeah, you
mind.
walked. I mean, honestly, you left that
walked
right up around the rim.
Excited about the images coursing through my head right now.
I'd like to thank good old Aubrey Strawberry Watney for suggesting this challenge. She gave us the initial tests and the idea for this challenge. So thank you, Aubrey Watney, for doing that. But then Ron found another test after we did this via NPR that will be down in the show notes. Go ahead, try it out, and you won't be subscribed to a mailing list with this one. So there are links to both of them in the show notes. But a big thanks to Aubrey for the suggestion. It means a lot to us.
And I would like to thank no one at all. I have no one to thank on this episode.
Wow.
There was no one that helped me. There was no one that made this
Didn't get a
episode
hookup?
possible
I think
for me
we're
personally.
really getting more insight
no
into
thanks.
Adam's attachment style here.
No thanks.
Yeah.
This is part of being secured, I guess. You just.
What about Katie, your wife?
Okay, my wife, thank you for being my partner in life. I love you, but other than that, I mean, that's a given. So no thanks. I got
Yeah, wow.
Plugs.
Adam, do you have some plugs? Come on, Adam.
God, I'm not ready. Okay, I'll be in Chicago this week. If you're in Chicago, and I haven't checked the data, but I have a feeling we have 8 to 9 Chicago listeners, and I need to see all of you. The show is on Thursday, June 16th at the Newport Theater in Chicago. It's in Wrigleyville. You can get tickets at adamcatonholland.com. I love Chicago. My buddy Adam Burke from Wait, Don't Tell Me is opening for me. It's going to be a great show. Thursday the 16th, one show only. That is 2 days from today if you're listening the day it comes out. See you there.
That sounds like a real fun time. Not as fun as mine, though. Y'all, Sunday, June 19th, Comedy Works downtown. I will be taping or filming my first hour
God,
special.
You're not even ready. You don't even
I have,
know what you're doing.
I have 4 albums, but this is the first time they videotaped me, and I think video's the medium I should be seen in.
VHS release only.
Yes, straight to SVHS and DAT. We're going to be doing it on digital audio tape. So make sure, please come on down. I'd love to fill the room. You can get your tickets now at comedyworks.com. And of course, the link will be down in the show notes as usual. Andrew, what about you, bud?
Yeah, and Denver, I don't want to be too stern, but I checked the tickets for Ben's show, and there were still a few left. And I'm serious. You better get the fuck down there to watch the show.
Why are
it's
you
gonna
checking
be great.
my...
Oh,
So I was like, maybe
Andrew's on the horn with Comedy Works daily checking your ticket sales.
Well, because I'm going to be down there, and I was like, oh, maybe I should buy a ticket. And I was like, no. If there's one perk of being a comedian and Ben's collaborator for decades of life, I'm not buying a ticket. I'm going to come down and I'm going to hang out like a comedian. But you, the listener, do it. I know it's on Father's Day. Guess what? Your dad wants to see an amazing comic on Father's Day, so send him out.
Oh, you asshole.
Can't go, but what I can do is encourage all of you out there in Grolix Nation to tell your friends about this podcast. If you're a fan of the Grolix Saves the World, tell your friends about it. Tell your friends about it. If you're a fan of Ben Roy, tell your friends about his special taping as well, blah, 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 blah. But Grolix Saves the World, the podcast, is a word-of-mouth endeavor. Share it around, you guys. Tell your friends about this pod. It means everything.
Thank you. And come see our live show, The Grolix, the last Saturday of every month. We're bringing in Kyle Ayers this month. Super funny.
John Ozale, he just got added to the bill. Janae Burris. We have a killer lineup, and there's a link in the show notes as always.
If you aren't already, you should check out our Patreon page. It's patreon.com/Grolix Saves. First of all, we've had a bevy. Can I say that? A bevy.
I just got permission. You can say it. I just got permission from the producers that you can say it.
Okay, that went through legal, though. I just want to make sure.
It went through legal. It cleared S&P. You can say bevy.
Okay,
Go for
a
it.
bevy of new folks who've joined us. Thank you so much for joining us. If you aren't familiar, we have a Patreon page. It's got ad-free episodes, bonus content like Andrew's dogs eating eggs, That's fun.
Eating.
We're reeling them in, aren't we?
A recent Q&A made up of questions that you, the Patreon subscribers, submitted to us. Going back, classic stuff like Adam and Andrew eating grilled cheese that has been jammed through a glory hole. There's just a lot of...
And our pod within a pod.
Yeah.
Boy, crazy. That's the number one reason to join.
The other big one is for folks at the Ben level. We do birthday shout outs.
We do things a little differently here in Ben country.
Yeah.
We do have birthday shout outs. Not a lot of chain restaurants do them anymore, but we are still doing them.
Now, these, if I'm correct, are the May ones. Ron was an island boy, and he couldn't... We have to blame him for the tardiness.
Producer Ron skipped town to go on a lavish vacation because he's siphoning funds out of the podcast
his wife.
for his personal usage.
Wow.
And he had to go down to be an island boy. He produces this. He's an island boy.
He produces, what is it that he
He
produces in the song?
produces this. He's an island
Yeah,
boy.
produces this or that.
That's
Got it.
podcast. Okay.
I see. Good lyrics.
But anyway, we've got a few here. What I think we should do for this one, I think we should guess the birthday person's favorite beverage.
That's so clever, and I love that you came up with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that you decided that was what we were going to do, even though off air I determined the challenge and you just sort of decided to take credit for it. What an odd thing to just
Off
take
air,
on as your
it
own.
doesn't count. So,
Okay. No, good game, Ben.
yeah. Well, let's do it. Adam, why don't you take the first one? David Haas.
Now, David is an artisanal neighborhood lemonade stand lemonade guy. And it's pretty hard for him most of the year because that is a summer drink. But David likes to drive around neighborhoods, look for tables set up with kids, hawking the lemonade.
Even during the winter months.
In the winter, he's out there. He's thirsty, but he's just not finding it. But
David
summer
is so thirsty.
Summer is David's season because he just drinks kid on the block lemonade. It costs a
I don't
quarter.
like the
he
term
throws him a
kid on
dollar.
the block lemonade.
That's
Let's not-
a
on the
brand
block
that we
lemonade.
should start.
Oh, God.
We make our
that's-
own bottled lemonade called Kid on the Block.
Yeah.
It's not a new kid on the block.
It's the
just
kid.
A kid on the
Yeah,
block.
the old kid on the block.
Anyway, David Haas is a lemonade guy, and don't try to buy it from a store. He needs it from a store.
Andrew,
Interesting.
you're
Okay,
up next.
okay.
Andrew, we all know he's been coming to the Grawlix for years and years, been a supporter. Malka, what does Malka drink? Happy birthday,
okay.
Malka.
Wow. First of all, happy birthday.
Her go-to beverage.
This is a crazy one, and I'm throwing it out there just because I started drinking these. Malka's having a vinegar drink. You get some.
Okay.
It's great if you don't drink alcohol. First of all, you get some club soda, you pour some apple cider vinegar in it, and you just sip it. It's kind of like a mocktail that tastes like bile.
Yeah, because it's got a little of that. And she's Malka as a musician. It's good for her voice. Good for
There
her
you go.
voice.
I think we got producer Ron to audibly make a noise of disgust on that one. So
Yep.
it was
Yep.
a win.
All right, Ben. Well, we've got another birthday here, Elijah Phillip. Now, what do you think Elijah's
Oh, I know
drinking out
already.
there?
Elijah drinks a cup of whole milk with every meal. And like thick
50
whole milk.
style, yeah.
Yeah,
Steak
and
and
it's
milk.
not the milk he gets from the store. He has it brought old timey. It's left on his. It's
Oh, in the
left
box,
in the
yeah.
wooden box crate thing on his front stoop, and he trades out the bottles. But every meal, and sometimes after a hot bike ride, likes a nice cool glass of whole milk. So
Classic,
Truly
all-American
disgusting.
Elijah.
Yeah.
Truly
and your
disgusting.
bones are thanking
yeah,
you.
he's mostly boned. So thank you,
At this
Elijah.
point.
Adam, I'm going to give you this one because I know
Yes,
you
please.
know this person so well.
I know this person too.
Happy birthday to Jessica Cowett. I've known you since high school. You're a dear friend, so I know intimately what you drink. Do you remember when you would drink 40s, guys, and you'd get down to the ass of the 40, and it's like, you're gagging your way through it. Now, what Jessica does is she collects just asses of 40s. So she goes around and gets like the last 5 ounces of 40s and puts them all into a 40 bottle. So what's that, eight
a
40
gallon
asses?
of warm spit.
Yeah, and she just pounds it and like winks at you like it doesn't even faze me. She's a badass. Happy birthday, Jessica.
Truly disgusting.
We've only got one more, and we've all done. So why don't we do this? Why don't we all take a round here and guess very quickly? Lightning round, very quick.
Sure.
You got to do it quickly. Andrew, what does birthday boy Mike Sharon drink?
Mike Sharon for his birthday, taking it back on the nostalgia highway. Capri Sun Pacific Cooler. The best flavor of Capri Sun.
I like it. Stab in the packet. I like it. Adam, what about you?
Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo.
Okay, so
that's all Mike drinks.
I got a case of Yoo-hoo the other day. It's still great. It's delicious.
Yes, you did. Not shocking at all. I'm going to say that along with having a cool Capri Sun and a Yoo-hoo, he tops it off at night with a tall boy and Natty Light. Happy birthday, Mike Sharon.
Happy birthday,
a natural
Mike.
light drinker after a long, hard day of just drinking Capri Suns and Yoo-hoos. What a combo in the gut that makes. If you're a Ben level supporter with a May birthday and we didn't mention you, holler at us. And if you've got a birthday in June, please sign up now. You will get your own customized birthday shout out. But happy birthday to all those folks. We love you. Thanks for supporting us. Patreon.com/Grolic Saves.
Hell yeah.
I would like to thank our producer, Emotional Barnacle Ron Doyle.
He's not
he
coming
does
off that hole.
Cling to the hull, doesn't he? He once he gets on there.
The resale value of this boat is garbage now. But
Yeah.
We're not selling this boat again. We're dying in this boat. No one's going to buy this.
It is. The boat is heavier now. It stays below waterline. So, yeah, big thanks to Mike Henderson for all your help recording at the live show.
And it's pretty clear during the live shows that you're on your own weird emotional journey.
Yeah.
Every show.
Our theme music, as always, brought to you by the non-committal Charlie Continental. And
good luck making plans with this guy.
He's not,
Can I say something? Even knowing how non-committal Charlie is, I'm asking him to prom this year.
No, dude, stop.
I am.
You're just going to get your heart broken.
And I know that, but that's the only time I feel anything.
You know what he's going to do? He's going to hold you off until night of and then say he's not going. I'm just saying. I'm just
he's going with somebody who's just his friend, but I saw them necking in the cafeteria.
Oh, you just a friend? Oh, baby, you.
I saw him necking with that person.
Necking. Such a bizarre term.
Yeah, what was necking?
I don't know. I think you touched necks. It was like a 50s thing.
Like an affectionate giraffe.
I haven't seen Grease in a while, but I'm sure Grease answers the question.
Like an affectionate giraffe. Just them curling.
Yeah,
their
that's
hands
necking,
around each
right?
Just
Yeah.
hot neck on neck.
What are we going to do, y'all? What are we going to do coming up? I mean, we touched so much with this show. Where do you
Touch
even
the stars.
go from here? Where do
I've
you
got a
even
hint,
go?
but I don't want to say too much. I'll tell you this. How about I email you about it?
Okay, I'm seeing something in the tech sphere. I like it.
No, I just meant literally, with this segment of the show has already gone on too long, so I'll email you about it.
Oh, that actually makes sense.
So if it's an email, is this going to be another attachment style?
Ben, hold on. Everybody stop. Everybody stop.
Play us out, Charlie!
Shut up, you fucking assholes.
I didn't see that coming, Andrew. Nicely played.